Shri Ram Jaya Ram Jaya Jaya Ram.
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय.
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की
जय.
ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः. ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः. ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. ओम श्री जानकी वल्लभो विजयते. श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं. समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरं. नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते. पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे. नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागं. पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम्. अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं. सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि. Last session we saw a very beautiful episode of Ahalyodhara. Bhagavan Sri Rama is known for Ahalyodharaka Ram, one who uplifted Ahalya, right? And Tulsidas Ji beautifully says, Karana Rahita Dayala. He is compassionate for no reason, no particular reason. Why? He didn't have to do anything to Ahalya or for Ahalya. He didn't even know. But Ahalya's shapa that she has done tapas for, she has to be released. And therefore, by nature, Bhagavan is compassionate, and that's why his mere presence uplifted Ahalya. We also saw very beautiful stuti that Ahalya does for Bhagavan. Parasata pada pavana sokana sava prakata bhai tava punja bhai. What a beautiful episode. And she has only one prayer we saw, isn't it? She says, I don't know many things. I am not even asking for boon. I just have one request. Pada kamala paraga rasa anuraga mama mana madhupakarai pana. May my mind become bee and continue to extract nectar from your lotus feet. That's it. I do not want anything else. I just want to have that love for your feet, that devotion. And interestingly, Tulsidas Ji has said that she already got the devotion. Before she spoke only, he said, Raghupati Kripa Bhagati Pai. She had already got the devotion. Now she just has that request that may my mind remain there. Where it is now, let it remain there. And what a lucky woman, Bada Bhagi, Ati Bada Bhagi, isn't it? That she saw directly Bhagavan and Bhagavan's feet touched her. She herself says, those feet which are worshipped by Brahmaji, and the water from which becomes the celestial river Gangaji, and Shivji keeps it on his head. Those beautiful feet touched me. What? How can I say my husband, Gautama Muni or Gautama Rishi, cursed me? How can I say it is a curse? It's a blessing that he did this so that I could have your darshan. And we saw Vishwamitra Rishi along with Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they go forward, they cross Gangaji and they come to Mithila Nagari, Janak Maharaj's capital of Janaka's kingdom. And all Rishi Munis, they welcome Vishwamitra Rishi because there is a huge Dhanusha Yajna is happening. So many kings have come, so many princes have come, and so many Rishi Munis, all of them, saints, sages, everybody is there. They all welcome Vishwamitra Rishi. Vishwamitra Rishi is already, known to everyone. But they are pleasantly surprised by seeing two very handsome young men with Vishwamitra Rishi. And see, news travels, no? So, naturally somebody must have asked, who are these two? And Vishwamitra Rishi must have told what they have done. They are Dasharatha's son and they came with me and they protected the Yajna and killed, Tadaka and Subhahu and all the demons. And so it spread to the entire city that two amazing people have come with Vishwamitra Rishi. Now we know that before everybody, Janak Maharaj himself comes and welcomes Vishwamitra Rishi, and he can't understand what is happening to his mind. And he says very, very innocently that generally my mind doesn't get attracted to anything of the world. So if the mind is getting attracted to them, they must be Brahman. Imagine the confidence. That is the confidence Brahmajnani has, that if I am liking someone, that means that has to be Sakshat Rupa of Brahman. Why? Otherwise I won't like. Therefore when he asks who are these two, Vishwamitra Rishi says, if you think they are Brahman, they must be Brahman. Now how can I deny? He is not saying directly that they are Brahman. But if you feel, they must be. But let me tell you, O king, they are the most beloved of every being of this planet. Why? Because they are the self of everyone. Atmanastu kamaya sarvam priyam bhavati. Everything is likable to us because we love ourselves. It's not a selfish love, please understand. The purest love that the self has towards the self, it is not that I have towards the body, I like my body. That becomes a selfish love. And then when there is something wrong with my body, I don't like it. I like my mind, I like my intellect. That is selfish love. Something about you or about the jiva you are liking, but the true love for the self, that is pure love. For that sake, we like the body, we like the mind, we like the intellect, we like other people, we like food items, we like places, we like situations. Everything is because of that real love towards the self. So these are the two, embodiments of that pure self. That's what Vishwamitra Rishi has said. And Janak Maharaj becomes happy, invites all of them to the Dhanusha Yajna and goes. Then we saw very interesting, Lakshmana goes to Sri Ramchandra and says that anyways we are in a new place, shall we go out just for a round, just walking? And Sri Rama also doesn't say that, okay, let Vishwamitra Ji sleep, then we will go. No, not like us. He directly goes and asks. We want to do everything behind. Bhagavan doesn't want to do anything behind. So he goes and asks Vishwamitra Rishi that Lakshmana wants to go. So can we go? Just to see the city? Vishwamitra Rishi says, please go. Now we also saw why Lakshmanji wants to go out. Not because he wants to see something outside. He wants others to see Bhagavan, to have darshan of Bhagavan. That's why he takes him out. And what a beautiful picture is painted by Tulsidas Ji here. He says that when they are walking from the street of that Mithila, everybody stops doing what they are doing. And they just keep looking. And the news has already reached that there are two people with Vishwamitra Ji. And so they immediately start to connect. Oh, this must be the gossip. So everybody is trying to go behind. it is said ladies, girls and women, etc., they immediately, if they themselves are married, they already have started thinking that these two should get, the main, of course, not two, Sri Rama should get married to Sita Ji. I don't know what is with women, no. They always think of marriage, either their own or somebody's. You go to marriages, etc., other people's marriages also, they are searching. And if anybody has come there, they will always think, something, are you looking? Shall we tell? It's a good thing. I am not saying it is a bad thing. I am saying it. So they immediately start to connect that this person must have come for Dhanusya Yajna. It will be so nice if Sita Ji gets married. He says, shopkeepers, etc., they close their shops. They start going behind Sri Rama. They forget that, all these things. Tulsidas Ji says, small children are also there around. No, they want to touch Bhagavan. So they know what reason will you give? So they come and they start showing him things. You see that, no? That is a palace of this person, and you see that is a palace. You see that is a garden, and there is that market is there. Just finding some reasons to be with Bhagavan. And Bhagavan also allows all these things. I tell you, similar, description will be there when Shri Krishna will enter Mathura. But very different, because most of the people are afraid also why he has come. But there are people who get attracted and so that is what he explains here, that they are showing all these things. So they see everything. People also show him, this is where Dhanusya Yajna is going to happen, and you see all the preparation is there, pandal is put and all these things are there, and they see everything and they return back. They return back to Vishwamitra Ji. They tell Vishwamitra Ji what all things they saw, and it's almost night. So they start doing seva of Guru, start pressing his feet. Vishwamitra Ji sleeps. They also sleep. Now this time they wake up before Guru. Okay, now they have learnt. Enough they have learnt. So they get up before Vishwamitra Ji and they go to Vishwamitra Ji and says, Rishi, what seva should we do for you? Vishwamitra Ji says, I want flowers for doing puja. So please go and get flowers. Okay. And now comes, what a beautiful scene is there. Pushpavatika Prasanga. This is not there in Valmiki Ramayana. Okay. This is not there in Valmiki Ramayana. So Sri Rama and Lakshmana, they go to that. Previous evening they have already seen what is where. So they know where is garden. So they come to the garden, and huge garden early morning. They come and they ask gardener, can we take flowers? See what nice kids, very obedient and very cultured people. Not that who will stop. Garden belongs to the gardener. So gardener, they ask, can we take flowers? We want it for Vishwamitra Ji's puja. Gardener is looking at Bhagavan and forgets to say anything also. So they ask again, can we? Yeah, whatever you want. You want garden? Take entire garden. Why some flowers? You take the entire garden also. We don't mind. And they enter there. They start collecting flowers. Now what has happened is, at that same time, Sita Ji, along with her friends, other girls, she has also come there to that garden, because inside the garden there is a temple of Parvathi Ji. Okay. So she has also come there. Sanga Sakhi Subhaga Sayani. He says, Sita Ji has got intelligent and beautiful friends. Every step is very important, I tell you why. Because many times we have beautiful friends, but they are dumb. You can't take them anywhere. Why? They will open their mouth in the wrong place, and if they are your best friends, then they will 100% open their mouth in the wrong place. But sometimes we have intelligent friends, but not beautiful. No, Sita Ji's problem was not that. Subhaga Sayani. They were beautiful as well as Sayani. Sayani means matured. Intelligent friends she had, and they all go to worship Parvati Ji. And what happens is, see, one friend among the entire group sees Sri Rama and Lakshmana. And see, now this is my imagination, okay? Because see, I was thinking, why was that girl different from the group? They are going together to the temple. What must have happened? I am telling you, this is my imagination. She must have saw and she stayed there and all other people must have left. That's what must have happened. Otherwise, why will she go somewhere else? No, there is nothing. No work is there. And then the moment she has seen, now after some time she realizes that all have gone. So she rushes and says, you know what happened? What happened? Let us see. After Doha number 228, very beautiful place. देखन बागु कुंवर दुई आए,
देखन बागु कुंवर दुई आए,
भय किशोर सब भांति सुहाए,
भय किशोर सब भांति सुहाए,
श्याम गौर किमि कहो बखानी,
श्याम गौर किमि कहो बखानी,
गिरा नयन नयन बिनु बानी,
गिरा नयन नयन बिनु बानी,
सुनि हर्षि सब सखी सयानी,
सुनि हर्षि सब सखी सयानी,
सियहि अति उत्कंठा जानी,
सियहि अति उत्कंठा जानी,
एक कह नृपसुत ते आली,
एक कहि नृपसुत ते आली,
सुने जे मुनि संग आए काली,
सुने जे मुनि संग आए काली,
जिन्ह निज रूप मोहनी डारी,
जिन्ह निज रूप मोहनी डारी,
कीन्ह स्वबस नगर नर नारी,
कीन सबस नगर नर नारी,
बरनत छवि जह तह सब लोगु,
बरनत छवि जह तह सब लोगु,
अवसि देखियहि देखन जोगु,
अवसि देखियहि देखन जोगु,
तासु वचन अतिशयहि सुहाने,
तासु बचन अतिशयहि सुहाने,
तरस लागी लोचन अकुलाने,
दरस लागी लोचन कुलाने,
चली अग्र करि प्रिय सखी सोई,
चली अग्र करि प्रिय सखी सोई,
प्रीति पुरातन लखई न कोई,
प्रीति पुरातन लखई न कोई,
सुमिरि सिय नारद बचन,
सुमिरि सिय नारद बचन,
उपजी प्रीति पुनीत,
उपजी प्रीति पुनीत,
चकित बिलोकति सकल दिशि,
चकित बिलोकति सकल दिशि,
जनु शिशु मृगी सभीत,
जनु शिशु मृगी सभी सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
देखन बागु कुंवर दो आई, भय किशोर सब भांति सुहाए. Now that one friend who has seen is telling other friends what? That there are two handsome young men who have come to see the garden. Bhaya kishora sab bhati suhaya. And very beautiful they are. Shama gaura kimi kaho bakhani. One is Shama, another is Gaura. One is little darker complexion and another is fair. Kimi kaho bakhani. And what can I say about him? About them? Why? Beautiful line. She says, Gira anayana, nayana binubani. She says, my eyes have seen, but eyes do not have mouth. And mouth can speak, but they do not have eyes, they have not seen. So very difficult to explain. Eyes have seen, but they can't tell. Mouth is talking, but mouth has not seen. See, beautiful thing, but you see there is a deep spiritual significance to it. Sri Ramachandra is Brahman. Brahman cannot be grasped by the sense organs, nor can it be explained by the organs of speech. Isn't it? We study in Upanishads that one who has experienced Brahman doesn't remain separate from Brahman to talk about it. Why? Because the only way to realize Brahman is to become one with it. So there is no explanation of Brahman possible. That is what she is telling. Brahman, Gira Nayana. Speech doesn't have eyes. Nayana Binu Banyan. Eyes doesn't have speech. So I can't tell you. Now the moment they heard this, Suni Harashi Sabasaki said, now they all started to tell, yesterday somebody told that, Vishwamitra Rishi. The whole thing they start, they must be that. Are they the same ones who killed Subhahu and all? So they start to talk about Sri Rama and Lakshmana. All this talk that is happening, Sita ji is listening. Tasu vachana ati siyahi suhane. And she didn't understand why she is liking this so much. Darasa lagi lochana akulane. And her eyes were thirsty to see them. And she was not understanding why. Chali agra kari priya sakhi soi. So what she did, she made that friend go in front. You go. And she started going behind. Wanted to see but can't tell also. Now Tulsidas Ji says very beautiful here. Preeti puratana lakhai na koi. He says this is not love at first sight. Sight has not yet happened anyways. Says this is Preeti Puratana. This is ancient love that is coming back to her heart. Who is Sita ji? Sita ji is Mahalakshmi. So Bhagavan's wife she is. Isn't it? Patni, Vishnu Bhagavan's Patni. So when Bhagavan has come, she has not even seen Bhagavan yet. But that love which has arisen is still old. And Tulsidas Ji says, Sumire siya Narada Bachana. Sita ji remembered Narad ji's vachana. See, Narad ji must have told something. He must have gone there and told something. Upaji Preeti Punita. We don't know what he has told. That Prasanga has not come. But Narad ji must have gone and told, what do you want? Oh, you want to get married to him? Okay, fine, you will get married. Whatever he must have told, that she remembered and she started to have that love. Chakita bilokati sakala disi. And she was searching. So eyes are still searching for Bhagavan. Janu shishu mrigi sabhit. Like what? Like deer, like small deer. Oh, when looking here, there, continuously eyes moving. Like that, Sita ji was seen. I tell you, this is pure cinema. You should have never any surprise why even today these people from movies are so inspired by Ramayana and Mahabharata. They are still making movies on Ramayana and Mahabharata. Adaptations and adaptations over adaptations and different views. They are still, why? Because it is so magnificent, fascinating tale. And Tulsidas Ji is in full form. So this is happening on this side. Sita ji said, no, what is happening on Sri Rama's side? Now he tells. Let us read. After 229. Kankana kinkini nu. Kankana kinkini nu. Kankana kinkini nu puraduni.
Kankana kinkini
nupuradhuni suni.
Kankana kinkini nupuradhuni suni.
Kahatala khana sana ramu hridaya guni.
Kahatala khana sana ramu hridaya guni.
Manahu madana dundu bhidinhi.
Manahu madana dundu bhidinhi.
Manasa besva vijaya कह कीन्ही,
मनसा विश्व विजय कह कीन्ही।
अस कही फिर चितए तेहि ओरा,
अस कही फिर चितए तेहि ओरा।
सिय मुख शशि भय नयन चकोरा,
सिय मुख शशि भय नयन चकोरा।
भये बिलोचन चारु अचंचल,
भये बिलोचन चारु अचंचल।
मनहु सकुचि निमित जे दिगंचल,
मनहु सकुचि निमित जे दिगंचल।
देखि सिय शोभा सुख पावा,
देखि सिय शोभा सुख पावा।
हृदय सराहत बचनु न आवा,
हृदय सराहत बचनु न आवा।
जनु बिरंचि सब निज निपुनाई,
जनु बिरंचि सब निज निपुनाई।
बिरचि विश्व कह प्रकटि देखाई,
बिरचि विश्व कह प्रगति देखाई।
सुंदरता कहूँ सुंदर करई,
सुंदरता कहूँ सुंदर करई।
छवि गृह दीप शिखा जनु बरई,
छवि गृह दीप शिखा जनु बरई।
सब उपमा कबि रहे जुठारी,
सब उपमा कबि रहे जुठारी।
केहि पट तरौ विदेह कुमारी,
केहि पट तरौ विदेह कुमारी।
सिय शोभा हिय बरनि प्रभु,
सिय शोभा हिय बरनि प्रभु।
आपनि दशा विचारी,
आपनि दशा विचारी।
बोले सुचि मन अनुज सन,
बोले सुचि मन अनुज सन।
बचन समय अनुहारी,
बचन समय अनुहारी। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय। बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय।
Bhagavan had not yet seen her. Kankana kinkini nupura dhuni suni. First he heard the sound. The sound of what? Kankana and kinkini. Nupura. So kankana means bangles. Kinkini nupura is the bells on the anklets. Feet. So Sita ji is just walking and the sound he heard first. Kahata lakhana sana Ramu hridaya guni. And he started telling Lakshmana, Manahu madana dundubhi dini. This sound is like dundubhi, is like drums. Drums of whom? Madana, Kamadeva. Manasa Biswa Bijaya Kahakini. As though Kamadeva has won over the entire world and his procession is happening, and that is this sound. Asakahi piri chitahe tehi ora. Now he looked and he saw Sita ji's face. Siya mukha shashi bhaye nayana chakora. He says that Sita ji's face became like moon and Bhagavan's eyes became chakora. Now I tell you this is called Kavi Kalpana. Okay, in the poetry, you will have certain imaginary things. This Chakora Pakshi is one such imagination. Chakora Pakshi. Have you heard about this Chakora Pakshi? This is used by poets that they say there is a bird and that Chakora is a symbol of love. It is said that this Chakora has got so much of love for the moon. Actually, he loves somebody who is separated. Another bird that is separated, Chakora, Chakori, is separated. And somebody has told him that if you keep looking at the moon, she will return. So he keeps looking at the moon, and with so much of love that the only food that he eats is the rays of the moon. There is another pakshi, another bird called Chataka pakshi, another chakravak or Chataka. This Chataka is also similar Kavi Kalpana, and it is said that it keeps on waiting for rain. Why? Because Chataka only drinks water directly when it comes from the clouds. Not any stored water, nothing, pond, river, well, nothing. It only drinks from that. So these two kalpanas the Kavi poets will use to show that eagerness of meeting someone. So here Tulsidas Ji says that her face was like moon and Bhagavan's eyes became like Chakora Pakshi. Siya mukha sasi bhaye nayana chakora. Bhaye bilochana charu achanchala. And Bhagavan's eyes became achanchala. Stopped moving. Okay? What is happening with Sita Ji's eyes? They are searching. She has not seen Bhagavan yet. But Bhagavan's eyes now are fixed. And you see, this is called poetry. You want to say that somebody is looking without moving eyes. Generally, how will we say? Without blinking eyes, somebody is looking. That same thing Tulsidas Ji is saying, but you see how he says. Manahu sakuchi nimi taje diganchala. There is a backstory to this. There was one king in Surya Vamsha called Nimi Raja. The story will come in Bhagavata. This Nimi is a Surya Vamshi Raja who has established this Mithila Nagari. This Janak Maharaj's place is established by that Surya Vamshi Raja. So this Nimi once got curse from Vasishtha Rishi, from his guru, saying that you will not have any place to stay. In the sense, no physical place will be there. You will become bodiless. You will not have any body also to stay. So by God's grace, he prayed to God and Bhagavan gave him a place to stay. And that is eyelids. Eyelids of every person. So it is said that once in a while, we close our eyes. We blink. Why? For that Nimi to stay. That is the work of Nimi. Therefore, we use the word Unmisha Nimisha. Bhagavad Gita also. Unmisha Nimisha. Nimisha is blinking. Unmisha means opening eyes. Now, why this entire story? He said, Tulsidas Ji says, that Nimi is supposed to do the job of blinking. But Nimi Raja thought, he is Surya Vamshi Raja, therefore he is Purvaja of Sri Rama. He has established Mithila, therefore, and Sita Ji is born from there. He thought, these two are my, future generations. What love is happening between them, I should not be seeing. Therefore, he left. Manaha sakuchi nimi taje diganjala. So, he went to some other place. And therefore, Bhagavan Sri Rama did not blink. What poetry, I tell you. If you do not enjoy this, may God bless you. It is said in one Subhashita, Sangeeta Sahitya Kala Vihinaha Sakshat Pashuhu Puchha Vishana Hinaha. I am not saying this. Somebody has said in that Subhashita that if there is a person who doesn't enjoy Sangeeta, music, Sahitya, literature and Kala, art forms, then that human being is an animal without tail and without horns. Puchha Vishana Hinaha. Okay, so if you do not enjoy, I don't know what you will enjoy. But you see, I tell you, this is amazing. So, Sri Rama's eyes are fixed on Sita Ji's face and he is not even blinking. Why? Because Nimi Raja has left. Okay. Dekhi siya sobha sukhupava. Hridaya sarahata bachanunava. The kind of joy that he felt looking at Sita Ji, he can't even express in words. But he has to say something. What does he say? He is telling this to Lakshmana, okay? She says, जनु बिरंची सब निज निपुनाई बिरची विश्व कहा प्रकटी देखाई. Says Biranchi is Viranchi is Brahmaji. He says Brahmaji has used all his skill to create her. One meaning. Second meaning is Brahmaji has used all his skill to create the world, but still she is better than the entire creation. The second interpretation is because Brahmaji has not created Sita Ji. Sita Ji is Swayambhu, Rama Lakshmana she is. So even after Bhagavan, Brahmaji, creator, has put all his skill to create the world, she is still better. How is she? Sundarata kahu sundara karai. She is the one who gives beauty to beauty. Chabi griha deepa shikha janu barai. And if there is a palace of glory or beauty, then she is Deepa Shikha. Deepa Shikha is a huge torch. The olden days, they used to carry that Deepa Shikha, torch, no? Olden days, they used to carry that. Now, the moment Tulsidas Ji remembers this, there is a very famous upama, there is famous simile of Kalidasa. See, in poetry, in Sanskrit poetry especially, it is said upama Kalidasasya bharaver artha gauravam. If you want to study upama, if you want to see how similes are used, how metaphors are used, you should study Kalidasa. And one of the most famous similes of Kalidasa, if not the most famous, is from Raghuvamsham, where Kalidasa is describing one scene, the Indumathi, one of the queens. She becomes the queen of Suryavamsha later, but her Swayamvara is happening. This is Sri Rama's Purvaja, Indumathi. So that Indumati's Swayamvara is happening, and in Swayamvara, all kings, everybody is sitting. We saw that Swayamvara in that Vishwamohini's case. You remember? Naradji. So they all are sitting, kings, both rows. And the bride will go with the garland in hand from the center. And she will look and they will describe who is this person and he has done this, he has done that, he has done that. And if she likes, she will put mala in on him. So now as she is passing, what is happening? Kalidasa says, Sancharini deepa shikheva ratro yam yam vyatiyaya patim varasa Narendra Margattaiva Prapede Vivarna Bhavam Sasa Bhumipala. She says, as she is walking, okay, all the kings who are in front, they are becoming very happy that now she is approaching us. And the moment she crosses, they become disappointed, she has gone. Now imagine the simile that he is using. He says, this is like a huge torch being carried on the highway of the city. The city highway, main place, where this huge torch is being carried. Wherever is the torch, those two buildings will be lightened. But the moment the torch goes, they will become dark. And the next two will be lightened. That is what example he is giving. Can you believe? How he must have thought of all these things? I tell you, Sringara Rasa, out of 9 rasas, this Sringara is a very special rasa and considered to be the most difficult to write. See, Veera Rasa you can easily write. Not that I can write, those who are poets. So those who are poets, but they Sringara, because Sringara Rasa requires a kind of softness, you see. Now, he remembers this Deepa Shikha simile. Now, Tulsidas Ji, through Sri Ramachandra, he is telling, Saba upama kabhi rahe juthari. He has already given 2 upamas. He says that she gives beauty to beauty. She is like Deepa Shikha. Now, he suddenly remembers and says, actually, I cannot give any simile to her. Why? Because all poets have already used all those similes, and similes have become jhuta. Jhuta is touched, spoilt. So what can I give which is original? Nothing. Kehi patataro videha. What can I tell about this Videha Kumari? No simile can be given. Okay. Shia Shobha hiya barani Prabhu apani dasa vichari bole suchimana anujasana bachana samayanvari. And this way, Bhagavan Sri Rama expressed whatever he felt by looking at her to Lakshmana. Now here, one thing needs to be mentioned, very important. I was telling you that in any kind of poetry, 9 rasas are there, Nava rasa. And among them, Sringara rasa is a very popular one. In any kind of poetry, Sringara rasa will be used extensively. Most of the poetry. Now, if you see Ramacharitamanas, Sringara rasa is not the main bhava of the text. Main rasa is Bhakti rasa. And therefore, Tulsidas Ji is very careful where he uses Sringara rasa. Tulsidas Ji has only used Sringara rasa when it is between God and Goddess. When Bhagavan and Bhagavati, between them only Sringara rasa he has used. Sattvika Sringara. He has not used that Sringara rasa to describe Lanka, how Lanka was there and how. He has not used Sringara rasa for that. Sringara rasa is used only in a sattvic sense. So it will never become vulgar. And it is always between the two people who are absolutely sattvic. And that is how Tulsidas Ji uses Sringara. Okay. Beautiful description. And that is what he does. Now, further, what happens? He continues to speak to Lakshmana. And he says, I am not understanding. Tata janakataya yaha soi, dhanusha jagya jehi karan hoi. Lakshmana, I have understood that this must be Janaka Maharaj's daughter for whom Dhanushedni is happening. Pujana Gauri Sakhile ai, Karata Prakasu Phirai Pulvai. And she must have come here to worship Parvati ji. Because Dhanushedni is happening, is going to start. And I am not understanding because my mind is generally very pure. Attraction etc. doesn't arise in the mind. Why is my mind, attracted towards her? And he says all good omens I can feel. They say generally the right side for gents, when it starts to flutter, when it starts to, not itch, twitching, when it starts to twitch. And left side for ladies, it's considered to be for a good sign. So he says that my right side is having the twitch. I don't know why. I think it is some good omen. Because he says generally Raghuvamshi Raja, Raghuvamshi people, those who are born in that Raghuvamsha, their mind will never go towards parastri. Their mind will never get attracted to others' wife. So he says that my mind becoming attracted to her, I think, is an indication of something. See, I think she is going to be my wife. Because my mind will not get attracted to anybody else. And Tulsidas Ji says, Karaja Batakahi Anujasana Manasiya Rupalobhana. He says, though Sri Rama was talking to Lakshman Ji, his eyes were still fixed with Sita Ji. And his mind, like a bee, was drinking the nectar of Bhagavati's lotus face. That is what was happening. Now, I tell you, pure cinema. First, Sita Ji has heard about Sri Rama. Now, Sri Rama has seen Sita Ji. But Sita Ji has not yet seen Sri Rama. Her eyes are still looking. That's what. Chitavahi chakita chahu this is Sita. Kaha gaye nrupa kisora manuchinta. She is still searching and still wondering where these two have gone. Jaha biloka mruga savaka naini janutaha barisa kamalasita shreni. He says her eyes like deer are moving And Tulsidas Ji says that wherever she looked, as though there were shower of white lotuses in that place. Means everything was brightened wherever she was looking. Now, Lata ota tab sakhina lakhaye. Now her friend showed her by setting aside one creeper. Okay, they are in, I am not saying this, see, Lata ota. So she just moved one creeper and said, you see that? That is what I was talking about. Shyamala Gora Kisora Suhai, and they saw both of them. Dekhi Rupa Lochana Lalachane, Harashe Janu Nija Nidhi Pahichane. And when she saw, the eyes became very, happy. Harashe Janu Nija Nidhi Pahichane, as though they have found their treasure. So like that, the eyes became happy. Thake Nayana Raghupati Chhabi Dekhe. Her eyes got stuck. Thake literally means tired. When you are tired, what do? You do not move. I am not going to do anything. That's what eyes told. That now I am done. Thake Nayana Palakaninu Parihari Nimeshe. And she forgot to blink. Adhika Saneha Deha Bhebhori Sarada Sasihi Janu Chitava Chakori. Now she thought that her eyes are like chakora for the face of Sri Rama, which is like moon. Same description. When Sri Rama looked at Sita ji first, this was the same description that Tulsidas Ji had given, correct? He thought his eyes became chakora for the face of Sita ji, which is like moon, and eyes became achanchala, and Nimi left, so no blinking. Same description. Now what? Lochana maga ramahi ura ani deen he palaka kapata sayani. She captured his entire form inside her heart through the doors of the eyes, and then she closed the doors. She closed her eyes. Jab siya sakhina prema basajani kahina sakahi kachu mana sakuchani. And when her friends saw what is happening, they did not understand now what is happening to Sita. Now I tell you one more interesting thing. Sri Rama saw Sita ji when Sita ji was not seeing Sri Rama. Now when Sita ji was seeing Sri Rama was not looking. He was walking and entering the place. Lata bhavanate prakata bhay tehi avasaro do bhai. At that moment, both of them entered into that beautiful kind of square which was made up of creepers. Nikase janu juga bimala bidhu jalada patala bilagai. As though two moons have appeared in the sky by setting aside all the clouds. So clouds have moved and two moons have appeared. Like that, the creepers moved and Bhagavan and Lakshmana ji appeared. And they came and they went. Their eyes did not meet. And that is why it is not considered to be first meeting. Many times people ask this question, that in the Valmiki Ramayana it is said that they first met only in the Dhanusha Yajna. When Bhagavan was walking towards that Dhanusha, only at that time, first time they have met. Technically it is still true. Even after the entire description of Tulsidas Ji here, it is still true. Why? Because they have not seen each other. They have seen each other separately. They have not met. Their eyes have not met. Okay, that is what happened. Now they have gone. Now she is going towards the temple. And Sita ji is thinking, why my father kept such a competition? Why? Because these two look so soft. What if they are not able to lift that Shiva Dhanusha? If that competition was not there, without the competition means Swayamvara. Swayamvara means it is on her. Whomever she wants, she can marry. But now the competition is there. Now, even if she wants, without the competition, she cannot. So, Tulsidas Ji says that she has painted a picture of Sri Rama on the canvas of her heart with the ink of her love. And with that picture, she went to meet Parvati Ji. Okay? Now what? Now she started praying to Parvati Ji. Jaya Jaya Giribara Raja Kisori, Jaya Mahesa Mukha Chanda Chakori, after 234.3. Jaya Gaja Badana Shadanana Mata, Jagata Janani Damini Dutigata. Nahitava Adi Madhya Avasana, Amita Prabhav, Bedu Nahi Jana. She is doing stuti of Parvati Ji. Jaya Jaya Giribara Raja Kishori. Victory to you, O the daughter of King of Mountains. Jaya Makhesha Mukha Chanda Chakori, one who is Chakori for the moon-like face of Shivji. Jaya Gaja Badana Shadanana Mata, O great mother of Ganesha and Kartikeya. Jagata Janani, mother of the entire universe. Damini Dutigata, who is like a lightning, who appears so effulgent. Nahitava Adi Madhyavasana. You do not have beginning, you do not have middle, you do not have end. Amita Prabhavu Bedu Nahi Jana. And your power is so vast that even Vedas have not able to speak of them. Bhava Bhava Bibhava Parabhava Karini. What a beautiful Rachana. He says Bhava. First Bhava is world, samsara. Bhava Bhava, creation of that. Bibhava, Vaibhava means sustenance of it. And Parabhava and destruction of it, Karini. You are the creator, sustainer and destroyer of the world. See how Tulsidas Ji has said it. Bhava Bhava Bibhava Parabhava Karini. Vishwa Vimohini Swabasa Biharini. You delude the entire world. You are Maya Shakti, Swabasa Biharini, and you roam into this world however you want. Swatantra is there. Pati Devata Sutiya Mahu Matu Prathama Tavarekha Mahima Amita Nasakahi Kahi Sahasa Sarada Sesha. Among all the people who have considered their husbands to be their Ishta Devata, among all of them, you are the foremost. They say, when you want to get married and you want to have a good husband, you should worship Parvati. Why? Why? Because she did so much of tapas to get the good husband. So you also should do tapas and worship Parvati Ji. So that's why they have come to Parvati Ji, okay? And you will see this everywhere. When Sri Krishna married Rukmini had come to Parvati temple. Sri Rama also here. When Subhadra also told that I want to go and worship Parvati Ji, and from there only Subhadra has kidnapped Arjuna. Okay. Technically correct. Alright. So you see Parvati. So she says that you are the foremost among all the people who consider, all the ladies who consider their husband to be Ishta Devata. Pati Parameshwara. Your Pati is Sakshat Parameshwara. Mahima Amitana Sakai Kahi. And nobody can sing your glories. Sahasa Sarada Sesha. Neither Saraswati nor Shesha with 1,000 hoods. Nobody can sing your glories. Sevata Tohi Sulabha Phalachari. By worshipping you, all 4 accomplishments can be attained. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha can be attained. All 4 kinds of muktis can be attained. Baradayini Purari Piyari. You give all the boons and you are very beloved of Purari, of Shivji, one who destroyed the Puras. Debi Puji Pada Kamala Tumare Sura Nara Muni Sabha Hoi Sukhare. By worshipping your feet, all Devatas and Munis and Nara, all the humans, everybody become happy. Now what? Mora Manorathu Janahunike. You know what is there in my mind. Basahu Sada Ura Pura Sabahike, because you are the Antaryamini. You are there in my heart. You know what I want. Kinhehu prakata na karanatehi. Therefore, I am not telling you openly what I want, because you already know it. asakahi charana gahe baidehi. Saying this, Sita ji fell at the feet of Parvati ji. Okay, then what? Then Parvati ji also said, Binaya prema basa bhai bhavani, khasi mal murati musukani. When she fell at the feet of Parvati ji, it is said her garland fell. I tell you, how many movies you have seen this? All ideas are coming from here. How many times you have seen that one flower will fall, one mala will fall? That is an indication that Bhagavan is happy or Devi is happy. Khasi mala, murati musukani, and the statue started to smile. Sadara siya prasadu siradariyu. And Sita ji considered that mala which has fallen as prasada, and she kept it on her head. Boli gauri harashuhe baro. But here something more happened. What? Parvati ji spoke to Sita ji. What? Sunu siya satya asisa hamari. Oh Sita, listen. Listen what? Asisa hamari. I bless you. Pujihi mana kamana tumari. Your manokamana, whatever is there, your desire will be fulfilled. Narada bachana sada suchi sacha. Naradji's vachana will become true. So baru milihi jahi manuracha. Now we understand what Naradji has told Sita ji. Naradji told Sita ji, whomever you want to get married, that person only will become your husband. Who is that? We don't know yet. He has not told anything about it. But he has said, whoever you want will be your husband. Chandas is there. Manujahi rachehu milihi sobaru sahaja sundara savaro karuna nidhana sujana silu sanehu jana taravaro. Ihi bhati gauri asisa suni siya sahita hiya harashi ali tulasi bhavani hi puji puni puni mudita mana mandira chali. She says, Manujahi rachehu, whoever you have in your mind, milihi sobaru, that person you will get as your husband. And you know who is that? Sahaja sundara savaro, one who is effortlessly handsome. Karuna nidhana, he is the ocean of compassion. Sujana, is intelligent. Shilu, very good character. Sanehu janata ravaro, and that person whom you have seen, he also knows your love. Don't worry. You want to get married, he also wants to get married to you. Ehi bhati gauri. Saying this, Parvati ji blessed her, and Sita ji becoming happy. Tulasi bhavani puji puni puni mudita mana mandira chali. Now from this mandira she went to mana mandira. That is what has happened. So she has gone back to her house. Sri Rama and Lakshmana have gone back to Vishwamitra's. Then what happened? That we will see tomorrow, next session. See, I told you already, the Sringara Rasa should be understood correctly in the context. Okay? When we see Bhagavan and Sita ji having love for each other, which is getting expressed here, we should understand their love, not take it as in a wrong way. Okay? It is a requirement of the poetry to have such kind of rasas. It's necessary. We will see in the next episode, it will be different kind of rasa which has to come according to the scene. But I have not seen any beautiful description anywhere. This, I tell you, when Kalidasa writes, it has got a different flavor. When Shankaracharya ji writes, he has got a different flavor. When Tulsidas Ji writes, has a very different flavor. And the language helps. What they are good at, their own language, that helps. That is what we see. वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
वीरमारुति अति धीरमारुति
वीरमारुति अति धीरमारुति
गीतमारुति संगीतमारुति
गीतमारुति संगीतमारुति
दूतमारुति रामदूतमारुति
दूतमारुति रामदूतमारुति
भक्तमारुति परमभक्तमारुति
भक्तमारुति परमभक्तमारुति
वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
वीरमारुति गंभीरमारुति
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 सियावर रामचंद्र की
जय।
पवन सुत हनुमान की
जय।
उमापति महादेव की
जय।
बोलो भाई सब संतन की
जय।
श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः हरि ओम।